everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's Christy here at My Artful Adventures. And today I am with the Sacred Treasure House group on Facebook. And we are doing some awesome gift wrapping ideas for you today. So I hope that that you will stay tuned with us and watch all the great ideas. Just before me was Mandy. And she had some great ideas. Oh, I can hear dogs like starting to get antsy. My husband must have gotten home, so no telling what chaos might ensue at this point. You never know, right? But, we'll just see. We'll wait and see what happens. So, you guys, what do you tell me when you come on? Let me know if you are all ready for your holiday. I am curious. Am I the only one that's not ready for everything? I want to know. I want you to tell me if you're all set and ready to go. I sure hope I'm not the only one that is behind. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Deborah. Hey, Capri. How are you guys doing? Hi, Susie. She's joining us over on YouTube today. Hi, Deborah. You guys, I am just so behind. And so today, it is my mission that I will get my Christmas tree up today. So, there's just no more waiting. It has to be done today. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's just like that, right? Have you ever had years where you just struggle so with trying to get everything, get all your, I'm not even going to say ducks in a row. What can we say? Get your Christmas trees in a row or something. Get your gifts under the tree. Do something. But oh my word. Yeah, sometimes it just happens like that. And, I don't know. It's just one of those years. Hang on just a second. I'm going to put myself in a couple of places here and be ready to go. So we like to get ourselves out into the big world of online, right? So yeah, so if you want to sprinkle me out there, I'd appreciate that too. Any help. And another way that you can help all your presenters is to when you come on, even if you just want to watch them at their appointed time. If you come on and you watch them in the group that they're in, that is very helpful because then it helps to grow that group. And the book of faces will push them out more into the big world, and more people, oh, my glasses are wonky, more people will find them. And, besides just sharing it yourself, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's just a way to help everybody out, right? Yes, Mandy's page is Wonderful Whimsicals by Mandy, and she was before me. After me is going to be Lisa's Craft House, and so she's going to be up right after me. And so, you guys, you know what? Hey, Susan, how are you? Hi, Charlotte. Hey, Sue. You guys, I often struggle so much with trying to get everything finished up, or a lot of times when you're planning for an hour, you hope you have enough time. And today, I tell you what, I think I don't have enough for an hour, and so I'm going to be able to really chit chat with you here in the comments and share some what I think are good ideas with you, okay? And so let me put you down here to the desktop. One of the things that is near and dear to my heart is being able to recycle and upcycle. You guys, I almost clicked this to turn it completely off. That would have been bad. So you guys, one of the things that I have been doing over the last few years is making fabric gift bags. And so fabric gift bags, this is not what I planned. Hang on one second here. There we go. One of the things I love to do is to be able to reuse things. And we've got people in our family who have some physical problems that doing a lot of small things is hard for them, right? And you might know somebody like that. You might be someone like that yourself. And so our original plan was, one, to recycle and to have reusable things that we could use for gift bags instead of just the ginormous bunch of paper that, had to be tossed every year into the trash. And yes, I love the beautiful papers. And I love gift wrapping. I love for everything to be beautiful and visually appealing, right? But it just also hurts my heart to send all that stuff to the trash. So, one year after Christmas, my daughter had found a whole bunch of fabric on sale at like Walmart. They were clearancing out all their Christmas fabric. And so she bought a whole bunch of that. But one of the things that I had done before that was she'd already bought it. And we weren't there. We were having our Christmas late that year. And so we were getting ready to go from Texas up to Denver. And I thought, why don't I start our fabric gift bag tradition now? Why don't I just go ahead and do that? And I had found all of these tea towels. I'd been like at, I don't know, Tuesday morning or somewhere. And I had a fairly good buy on these tea towels. And so I decided I would start trying to figure out how to do them. Now, just look at this and don't look at this as how to do it, okay? Because I'm going to end up showing you a much easier way to do it, okay? Hey, Carol, how are you? We've got some other people that have popped in here too. Deborah has popped in. Okay, Capri says she's almost ready. Yeah, Jennifer, you're not the only one. I feel so behind this year. Well, until last week, I had a big refrigerator sitting in my front room where the Christmas tree goes, and that was a whole nother story. So, a dead one, by the way. It wasn't a working refrigerator. Okay, so what I had done with some of these was I decided, okay, I'm going to sew them, like I was going to make something nice. And so I made the seams inside. I turned them inside out and I made seams, and I turned down a little bit up here and I made like a little bit of a casing. And, then I turned it out. And if you're doing any corners, in case you don't know this, when you get ready to turn corners, here, let me just fix this out. A great way to make, and look how bulky this is. I tried to cut a little bit off, but I really didn't want to cut too much off because I didn't want to, this looked like it was going to fray really bad. So one of the ways that you can make a nice looking corner when you're sewing something is you go inside and you just fold it both ways and make your little square like that, okay? And then just hold it tight and then kind of poke it through, turn it the other way and poke it through like this to get your nice corner like that. And that is so bulky. And there you've got a nice corner, okay? And so that's how you get a good corner if you're sewing. And then this one only had it didn't have a double seam, so it wasn't so hard. So then I put in ribbon going both ways so that I could make it like a double pull drawstring. But oh my goodness, you guys, it is so thick because of the casing in the dish towel. It is like, this is as tight and closed up as you can get it. So, but, I had enough on both of these. And by the way, I only made enough. You can see it just comes out far enough to each side so that it's sticking out there and enough to tie, right? So you get it all cinched in here. That's as much as you can go. But then I had enough to go ahead and do this and just tie it like this. So and I did different kinds. I had a variety. And when I put stuff in here, they were great. And I put them in one of those totes that has like the open top. And I just set them in there. And they looked so fabulous. It looked so festive because I had all these little fabric bags, and they've got their little bows and everything. And, they were just, it was very festive and pretty looking. So, of course, I didn't want to get rid of them just because, I didn't really like the way that they closed like that because they still worked. And it gave me an opportunity to remember what things I didn't like. And then some of them, let's see what else that I did. Oh, I don't think I got any more. I don't think I brought any more out here. But let me show you. If you decided to use something like a tea towel, this is kind of a cool thing to take note of. Because if you fold it up this way, look, I mean, actually, you would not believe how many things will fit in something this big, especially if it is going to fit around it, right? You can put it inside, and then you're just going to drop it inside the bag, and you've got plenty of room. Let's see. I can see Mandy has told me something here. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Yes, are you talking about the regular gift bags, Capri, the paper ones? Yes. Oh, Susan, yeah, this will be fun. You'll be glad to see how to do these. Oh my goodness, Karen has got 3 trees already decorated. Oh no. Oh my goodness. That's fabulous. Oh, Capri, that's a good idea. Just sew around your corner on your gift bags. Yes, oh, maybe you were talking about fabric gift bags. Oh yeah, the people know they do not throw these away, and I don't give them really either, because I don't know if other people would use them, so I don't typically give them to other people. 5 little trees. Oh, Mandy. Oh my goodness, if I waited till everything was clean from top to bottom, I'd never get a tree up. But this, okay, so if you've got something this way, one dish towel, you fold it in half, it makes a nice size bag. Now, if you wanted something that was kind of tall and skinny so that you had a different variety, look how big this is. This is almost, well, it is not almost, it's 24 inches long. And all you've got to do is like just sew the bottom and along the sides. And I got to where I didn't even care. I didn't even try to turn all of the things inside. I just decided that was so much work. Or it wasn't work. It didn't really make any difference. And so like if I was going to make this one into a bag, I would simply just sew along here on the bottom and then like up the side. I wouldn't even worry about turning it inside out, right? Okay, and then if you wanted a really super big one, you guys, if you've got 2, put them back to back, and look what a big size you've got. So this tea towel is 24 by about 15. I mean, that is a good size bag, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of options for how you could fold it. Now, if you're just using other fabric, which we ended up with all this fabric, and a lot of it was like a flannel. And the flannel is so great because it gives a little bit more, what am I trying to say? It's thicker, and so a lot of your things, aren't so visible as to what's in there. And yeah, I mean, if you've got kids, little kids, and they're trying to figure out everything, what's in everything, that might be a problem. Guys, I don't know what happened to my thing of pins. I've got a magnet sitting here, and this is going to be perfect for just popping those pins on. But let me show you how I finally decided to do this. This is a cute little pattern. This was some of it that she found. So I'm just going to make one. I think I'll make 2 small ones. Oh my goodness, what did I do with my scissors? Well, that's no bueno. Oh, I just dropped my ribbons I was going to show you. Okay, let me see. Some of these are supposed to work for, it doesn't matter whether they are, you know what, I'm going to fold this in half again. I'm going to see if I can't cut through all of that. So what we want to do is you want to allow enough to make a really big hem at the top, okay? Now, and I'm not going to sew these. I'm just going to glue them. You guys, I got to get my ribbon that fell down here because I need to show it to you. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to get down here on the floor. Okay, if you never see me again, let everybody know I'm under my desk. My word. Okay, I did it. I'm back. I'm back. I'm going to roll my chair back into place. And this is what I found on Amazon. And you guys, my choice of ribbon, my suggestion for ribbon is use something satiny or like an organza ribbon because it'll tie nice. I mean, really nice. You can use grosgrain ribbon too. I know it looks like gross grain, but it's grosgrain. And you can use that. I think it kind of unties a little bit. I like the satin ribbon. And another thing, when you're looking to price ribbon, look to see how much is on there. Like you can go, and at some of the craft stores, sometimes they really don't have that much ribbon. And they'll try to fool you and say, it's 10 feet of ribbon. 10 feet of ribbon is not that much for what they're trying to charge you for it. And if you get it like during, like when it's on clearance or something, that is a much, more economical thing. But I got these on Amazon and I just, looked for 1/2-inch ribbon. I like the 1/2-inch size. I think it makes a wonderful width. And this is 50 yards, you guys. If I figured I was going to use a yard for every bag, which is way more than enough, a yard, I can get 50 bags out of this. And all I did was I bought one red and one white. And these I have used to make bags for birthdays, for Christmas. It's either, if the red won't work, usually the white is going to work. And so this is going to give you probably some of the best options for being able to have plenty. But let's go ahead and let me show you how to do this. I'm just going to glue, but this will show you how we're going to, how to plan it. So let's say I want maybe a bag about this long. And so I'm just going to cut along here. Oh, this isn't bad at all. They may have really told the truth about these scissors. Supposedly, they would work, you could go back and forth between fabric and paper. And I wasn't really sure I believed that, but look, we just did it. We just did it. Okay, and so now I'm just going to cut this in half. This way. I'm just going to fold it in half and just cut along here. Look, I said I was going to visit with you, but look, mostly I've just been blabbing. Oh, thanks for the pronunciation. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those weird words, right? There's so many words that, looking at them, and I don't know where the word originated. I have no clue. But I just know, and I looked it up one time, and yes, that is how you do it. And thank goodness these days for dictionary.com, it's got the little thing where you can even have you can click on it and it'll tell you how the word sounds. I'm like, how cool is that? Okay, so we want to make a deep hem. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, and now I'm just going to glue it, you guys. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac glue. Fabrifix, if you ever wanted to throw something in the washer and you use Fabrifix, because that was what I bought the first time I bought any, because I thought, oh, it's going to fix it in place or it's going to mend something. So certainly that is the one that I need. No, it was not. And the thing I made, I threw in the washer and it just completely started coming all apart. So yeah, so you want Fabri-Tac. And then I contacted the company and I asked them about it. And so a lady sent me a tiny bottle of Fabri-Tac to sample. And she goes, I think you'll find this, I think you'll like this a lot better. So now I'm going to do it. And if you were sewing, all I would do, I wouldn't hem them. I wouldn't do anything. I would simply just use a zigzag stitch. And I'll show you in a second. I'll show you one that I've got. Man, this is it going to come out, people? Is it? I sure hope so. And it'll come out enough to do what we need it to. There we go. But yeah, Fabrifix is what you need. And I know at our Hobby Lobby, I can't even hardly buy, I think I said it backwards. I can't even hardly find Fabri-Tac at Hobby Lobby. I don't know what's going on over there, but you know, I used to try and pick it up there because it cost me less. And now they're not really carrying it all the time. I talked to the store manager and he leads me over to show me where the glues are and proceeds to show me Fabrifix. And I go, that's not what I asked for. I said, that's not the same as Fabri-Tac. And I said, you know, if you have any way to make sure that gets here, you need to do it. So, if you look at that company's chart of what those things are used for, Fabri-Tac can be used for all kinds of things. Okay, so now we're going to make a deep hem. And this will make sense in a minute, you guys. You'll see why. Okay. So we're just going to press it down. So if we were sewing, I would just do a zigzag stitch all along here. Let me see if I've got one I can show you. Do I not have one? I can't believe with all the bags I brought, I didn't bring one. Oh, well, of course not. I didn't even bring one of them. Sorry. Well, now we'll for sure have to finish this so you can see. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Hi, Sue. Hi, Donna. Walmart carries it. That's good to know. I am not over in that department very often at Walmart. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do this just like we were going to sew it, okay? And we're going to, now this has got this crazy edge over here, and I think what I'm going to do, you guys, is go ahead and cut some of that off. Well, you know what? This did not come, this says Joanne right on it, so that did not come from that bunch of fabric that we originally got on sale. And you guys, if you've got any of those rotary cutters, those work so good for doing fabric. If you want to do much sewing or fabric cutting or anything like that, these self-healing mats and a rotary cutter are well worth the expense. Look for those on sale, and you would never be sorry that you picked those up. Oh my goodness. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we'll do just like we would sew. Now we are going to put this seam on the inside. You know what? Let's put a little more glue down in here. We'll seal that up because we don't have any reason for that to be open. Let's do that on both sides. We're not going to use it for a casing. You might have thought we were going to use it for some kind of a casing for our ribbon, but no, we're not. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to surprise you with what we're going to do. And I have a couple more ideas to show you too of things for gift wrapping. And, you know, and by the way, as far as we're talking about reusing, as soon as I get this glued, I'll show you the tags that I started working on, because I thought, okay, if we're going to be all, you know, all environmentally forward, and we are going to use reusable gift bags, what is a way that we could use reuse, or not gift bags, what's a way that we could use reusable gift tags? So I found something. Okay, so now we're just going to lay this down and smooth it out. So we want to match our little top corner up there. And then just pat it down here. Smooth it out so it's nice and smooth. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult because it might not be dry. We'll do the best we can. In fact, you know what? Maybe I will just use some pins along the edge so I can turn it right side out. But this would just be a zigzag stitch. Zigzag your really wide hem first, and then close it up, zigzag it like this. And the reason I say that, you know, I mean, and you could just use a straight stitch, you guys, but you know what? You are not going to be using these often enough, and especially if you're using holiday fabrics and you're mostly doing these for Christmas bags, you're not going to be using them often enough that they're going to come apart, right? You just don't have to make them like they would be something you were going to wash and wear over and over. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to have to do this really gently. So again, let me just turn my corners. Let's see if we can't get those turned. And Capri had a great idea. Just make a more rounded corner, but that's not what we're doing right now. Yes, those self-healing mats are fabulous. Okay, and let's do this one. Just reach up inside of here. Gotta be careful. I don't want to poke myself, you guys. Got glue coming out here. You know what? Let me wipe some of that glue off so it doesn't close my bag up. You know what? I'm going to take that one out. If I don't take that one out, I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I have stuff to do today. Okay, this is not going to be perfect, but you'll get a chance to see, okay? This is cute. And I don't have a lot of real small ones. You guys, you know something else that makes cute little fabric things? You know the little stockings? Well, hang on a second. Let's finish this one and I'll give you some other ideas. All right. Where's the ribbon? And look at this one. We could either use white or red. What do you guys want me to use on this one for our tie? Which one do you think would, I mean, red. Oh my goodness, that's going to be cute. I'll let you pick. What would you like? Red or white? Give me some hearts for red. Red hearts. Or give me some thumbs up for white. I'll see if I can watch and see what it looks like people are voting for. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Capri says red. There's red hearts, red hearts. Yeah, look, is okay. Looks like we got red hearts it is. Okay, let's get out the red. Now, when you're trying to decide how much that you want to put on here, you know, you need to make sure that it's going to wrap around your bag and have enough to tie nice. And, you know, I would say that normally anywhere from about 24 inches to, like, even, like I said, even if you use a yard, that's just plenty. And even if you make a huge bag, you're still going to be crumpling it up here and doing that. So now what we want to do is take this, and you can either, and you could have done this and sewn it in the seam if you know, so desired. But what I kind of like to do so that it lands in a wonderful place is I will take it on the back of my bag And I'm going to put it like down here towards where the bottom of the hem is, right in here. And then I would, put a little bit of, then I would tack it down with my machine right there. And that's not going to be hard because it's easy to get in there. Right? Because you can do that with your machine. You've got plenty of room right there. And so just take this. I like for one side to actually, well, I didn't. I've already got it glued down. I like for one side to be a little bit longer than the other because I've noticed that when you tie ribbon, you're going to get one side is going to be longer than the other just for the way that you make the bow. The way I make bows anyway. Okay, so now what you do is when you put your gift inside, we're going to play like that's all ready to go. You're just going to put your item in there. You're going to crumple it up. You're going to tie this around. If you've got way too much ribbon, you can even, pull it tight and wrap it around again both ways. This looks like a nice amount. And then all you're going to do is just tie it up like this. And by making that great big hem, you've allowed yourself a little thing to make like a ruffle up here at the top, right? Yes, I tell you what, and Capri, that is so true. And you know what? We have been able to make some giant, and we did not go through and just randomly make bags because who has time for that, right? And so it's like every year we have more bags that have gotten made. Let me find something to put in here. Every year we have more stuff. And because we've got more stuff every year, look, I'll put let's see if this is big enough to put this in. That's going to be kind of tight, and I don't want it to pull it since it's not dry. Let's put this. Here's my handy dandy all-purpose Paper Crafters little pouch. So let's say I've made one of those and I'm giving that to somebody, and I can tuck this in here, and I just reach around here and pull it tight, and then just wrap it up and tie my little bow. But anyway, we started, waiting. And then I know last year we had some really large things. My daughter wanted a suitcase. And so we bought her a suitcase. Guess what? I was able to make a bag because we still had so much fabric that we had. But there you go. And so, you can stand these up depending on what they are, or you can lean them against each other, or, whatever you want. And look at that. Hey, Susan, how are you doing? Yeah, thanks, Carol. But, you can have all kinds. And, if you were somebody that you need all your stuff to match under the tree, get yourself, one on sale or something. Make them all the same if you want. And then you're still going to have that gorgeous look. But you know what? I gave up on doing that. You know why? Because when other people bring gifts and put them under my tree, they don't match my stuff, right? So why am I going to put that, and why am I going to make myself, kooky bananas over that? Because I don't have any control of what other people are wrapping their stuff in, right? So that's how you can, easily make that. And let's see what else we've got here. So here was one. So this is how I started, doing them. This one needs its little tag cut off. I don't really need that. And so here was when I decided, I think this was when I started doing it this other way. And so this is another, tea towel, dish towel, whatever you like to call them. It's just folded in half. You can see all of the hems are showing. I mean, sort of. Would you have, is that a deal breaker for you? You don't even notice it, right? And then I just put this on here, and this is actually, I can tell this is one that was glued. So this whole bag was glued. And once that glue dries, they're going to be fine. And if you're doing that, you don't have to fold down anything. You've just got to, put your ribbon down far enough so you still have room for your ruffle, right? And I like to do the ruffle because it just gives it, a little bit more, I don't know, a little more pizzazz, right? Okay, you punch a hole in the tag and run twine or yes. so that it goes through there. Okay, so then last year was when I decided, okay, how can I make tags that could be, reusable? And I got some of them that were actually, they're like finished in like a chalkboard thing. And oh my gosh. So we put this, if lost, call, and they have a phone number on there. That's funny. But we're always going to have some of the same people, right? We're going to have some of the same people. Hopefully somebody always has a gift for me. So I've got that one. But we decorated some of these. And so on one side, it's decorated and then, has a name on it. And this one doesn't have anything on it, but we worked on some of these and decorated the tags. Some of these were just some of those little, I don't know, I'm sure these came from Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby or somewhere. And just a tiny bit of, I know this was scrapbook paper, and so we just used probably some Mod Podge or something on there. And that's pretty. It's got some glitter on that. I don't think you can see it, but it's got some glitter on this paper. And this one was a napkin, and so we just kind of decoupaged the napkin on there and put something else on. But so when you tie these up, if you've got a tag that is already closed like this, all you have to do is, just slide that on before you, before you tie it. And then it's already attached. So you've already got that on there. If you have one that is still open, because most of them are still open when you buy them, it seems like. So you could just tuck that through, tie it up, and then next year, when you are going to take it off, you would have it that way. So I've got a whole bunch of them on here that, where did oh, and these were fun. We made some of these last year on a live. This was 3 different, these are cute, you guys. These were fun to make. This one, you made three little triangle shapes, all the same, out of 3 different colors of paper. And then you just cut them at a diagonal, all 3 of them, hold all 3 of them together, and then just snip them. And then you can mix and match, and you've got 3 little different patchwork trees. Aren't those adorable? Yes, kids love to make their own tags. Hey Martha, how are you? Yes, and you could do unfinished. You could ravel them out a little bit and do them like that too. There's so many ways that you can, make it. And if you like things that are a little bit more rustic, yes, that would be perfect. And then I was thinking about this. I also have some, they're put away. I can't even get to them right now. I looked. I started to pull out some of the stuff for the Christmas tree, and I couldn't get to them. But don't overlook things that are, easy, already done. Some of them are super inexpensive. You guys, you can take these, and when they come out, you might find them at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, when they come out at the first part of the year, or when they're always having their half price things, they are going to be cheap, right? And, these would make another thing. You won't even have to sew them. You might want to make like a little handle or something, which would be cute to give away. And here's where, you could do something simple and have it ready to give away, and you don't have to, spend a lot of time. So you can take your ribbon and, just see how much you would want to do. I think this would be a nice amount here. These are like, this felty stuff has got dirty stuff. This is not this stocking's first year, obviously. So we can take these. I'm going to just cut these. I'm going to cut 2 of them. But this would be a fun way to give something to someone. And again, you could sew it, or you could just use a little bit of fabric glue. Santa hats too. That would be fun. And you could even put the ribbon, like if this was the bottom of the Santa hat, like have the point down. You could put your ribbon up here on the top. That's an excellent idea. I love that, Capri. Super fun idea. And I'm just gonna tack a little glue on here. This thing is really getting messy. Super messy. Now when I put this on, I'm not going to be able to hold it up right now. But I'm just going to go ahead and get those on there. Now this, we'll just put this on for now. I might take these off as soon as we're done so they don't stick too much. Because it's somebody's stocking. It's my granddaughter's. But I'm still showing you how. I got to show you how. Like I said, I couldn't find those. And then one time, several years ago, I was at the grocery store at the holidays, and I found the most adorable little stockings. And they're very small. I mean, they're probably this high, the total length of the stocking. And they are gorgeous, you guys. They have all kinds of fun things on them. They have well, they're like pieced together. Some of them are they have some embroidery on them. Some of them have, I can't even remember all the stuff on them, you guys. And so they are super fun to have. I don't do anything with them except stick like a little note inside, or, just kind of pin something on and put somebody's name on those. You guys, this has got to be that one of our goofy dogs, I tell you. Ew. Oh, they love their crazy dog though. But so look how cute that would be to give to somebody. You wouldn't have to have their name. Here, we'll turn it this way because we're not going to put everybody's names on. Right? Martha says one year her former sister-in-law stuffed all of the family gifts into a huge crochet stocking. Oh my goodness, that's funny. She forgot you had a son. But look how cute that would be. And, like I said, to give that to somebody, I love that idea. Now, if you've got gift bags that you want to recycle, now I left this one on here so you can see, we all laugh. Have you guys seen that meme to where it says, you're getting old when you start looking at boxes, deciding if you're going to throw them away because it's a good box? So this had come from, the Apple store, and I mean, they're nice bags. So when you've got something like that and you need to cover it up, look at this. Here's a fun idea. You can actually do this on the top of a box as well. You don't have to just do this on a bag. This I had made as a Christmas card, and then I thought, unless I was going to hand it to somebody, this doesn't make a lot of sense to mail because it's the dimension of it. You're not going to be able to pop that in the mail, right? It will just be smashed and ruined. But to put it on something like a gift bag, look how fun that is. And that really jazzes it up, doesn't it? So, and I'm sure a lot of you, and it doesn't have to be, a dimensional card. But you could take a plain old Christmas card and get yourself some stickles or, with glitter glue, something like that, and do a little bit of zhuzhing up if you want to. And that would be another way that you could, have something pretty for gift giving. Now, I have shown all kinds of, and I've even done it this past week, shown how to make some boxes. And you can go back and, find out how to make boxes. This last week, we did this. I think this was actually even in Sacred Treasure House, I think. And so, you can make a 2-part box fairly easily. And, if you've got pretty papers, you can do that. You could make it out of solid color paper. You could make it out of something that isn't even necessarily, what you think of as traditional Christmas colors. And you can make all kinds of sizes. I had this on my desk and I threw some stuff in it to get it off of my desk, you guys. Look at that. You know what? Here's another thing. If you make paper medallions, those can also be pretty to put on, like on a bag. You could do that and put a paper medallion on a bag. And look at that. And those are so simple to make too. Look how pretty that would be, right? Yes, use recycled Christmas cards. Hey, Leslie, how are you doing? Look how pretty that those would be, and simple, and that just makes it, just takes it up a notch, right? And you can make your little paper rosettes, different sizes. Here's a smaller one. I had made these one day. These were supposed to be ornaments. So, look how, you don't really think about, can you imagine a tree with those all over? I mean, you just think, well, that seems kind of ishy to just have paper ornaments on my tree, but no, look how pretty you can make them. Oh, thanks, Karen Jean. How are you? Thank you for popping in. I mean, there's just all kinds of things. Now, the thicker that you make your paper, the more you're not going to make the paper. The thicker the paper is that you have chosen, the better that you're going to, the sturdier your box is going to be. This paper wasn't all that thick. Some of the papers are about 216 grams, and that is a nice sturdy paper. And I don't know really how to, and some papers, in my opinion, it is so hard from one paper manufacturer to the other to guess their papers, and I don't know why, but it seems like if they tell you what it is in grams, it is a lot easier way to tell what the weight of the paper is, because I don't know what the difference is, and some of it, is there's cardstock, then there's some of it that they call cover stock, and it's like this whole different weird aspect of paper that is just like, I don't know, it just goes over my head. And maybe it's because I don't want to know. I'm not a paper scientist, and I just want to know. And by feeling it is one way that you can know. But this is like a 3.5 by 3.5 inch box, and this is a perfect size for a lot of ornaments. So if you make any handmade ornaments, you can make, a little handmade box to go with it too. And you can just use something as simple as baker's twine to tie up little, boxes and things. You don't have to, just break the bank to, like do gift giving and gift wrapping. I think one of the first times it was the first time that I decided to wrap something up in a tea towel was I was going to a bridal shower, and for the bridal shower, by the time that I bought everything that I was going to, get, and it seemed like it was some kitchen stuff, but then when I went to look at papers and cards, I'm like, I do not want to add that much more that is just simply useless. If I was going to add that much more, why wouldn't I use something that was going to be useful as part of the gift? And so I wrapped it in a tea towel, and it's just like, they probably saw that gift coming like, oh, that is just weird. That's not very pretty. But I don't remember how I did it. No idea. It wasn't any of these. I did not turn it into like the bag idea that I have shown you today. Oh, thanks for popping in, Capri. Appreciate it. Yes, those folded, those paper rosette things are fun. Right, Karen, that's exactly right. The different clothes sizes with different designers. Isn't that the truth? But I will say that if you can find the gram weight on paper it'll give you a much better idea of what the the thickness or the heaviness of the paper is. And it's like when you see that, it is like it's a game changer. You just know, what it is. Like I've got, I don't have it right here. I would tell you what it says. I've got a couple of things that are like a card stock that is something that I found will go through my printer, because a lot of cardstock is too heavy to go through the printer. And and it's nice because you could print your own tags or do whatever you wanted to. And when you can print things like that through a bottom feed printer, it's got to pull it up and over and around, right? So if you've got a printer that you can feed the paper standing up through the back, all it has to do is come through the back and down and then towards you. And so that's not a problem. But when you've got the kind that sits in the front of the tray and has to go up and over the rollers and then back to you, your printer has got to be able to do that. And it's really hard sometimes to find paper that will do that. And so, if you want to make tags or anything, because so many of us, it would be easy and fun to do to be able to make that. And Canva, if any of you have not used Canva before, there's a free version of Canva, and there's so many fun little things in there that you could use. And it's a great thing to design stuff in and be able to, print out. And so it's a lot easier to use than something like Photoshop or some of the old things that you had to, basically have some degree of training or somebody show you a few things, because a lot of it was just not, you just weren't going to be able to get it on your own. And they have such different phrases. If you were new to that world, a lot of it had totally different phrases and stuff you would not even, know what it meant really, right? Is there a proper name for the rosette medallion things? Yeah, they're paper rosettes. That's exactly right, Martha. You were right. Right on. Right on, sister. The nice towel with a bottle of balsamic vinegar in your holiday heroes. Oh, I know. The non-event. Oh, you guys. Did any of you try to join us for the holiday heroes? Last book, when the Book of Faces went out last Wednesday, was when I was hosting an event. And we were just doing like half-hour segments. And we only got through our first person, and she was showing how to do a thrifted gift basket. And I mean, it was fabulous. And she had so many great ideas for, how to layer stuff and stack it. And, it would have gone perfect for today too, for our event. And, then it happened, the unforeseen outage. And so we kind of hung around for a good part of the day thinking that, maybe things would come back and people would get on. But, it was just an all day thing. And so it was such a bummer, to not be able to have everybody. And then somebody asked me if we were going to reschedule. But, when you've got so many people for a day's worth of events, everybody has other things that they're doing. And especially at this time of year. So I didn't even try. We took those and then dropped them over, where they were supposed to be. But yeah, that just makes it really hard. But you guys, be sure and stay here. And if you're not a member of the group or you're not watching over there, go get in a Sacred Treasure House group. And there's no cost to be in there. And you can be in there and watch everybody. You can watch the replays and everybody. Oh, there was Wendy. I didn't see her. And then all you have to do is refresh your browser between people. And that makes it so super easy to watch everybody in one place, right? So, that makes it super easy. So I will show you again if anybody had popped on here late. Let me go back to what we were doing here. And so yeah, out of that amount of fabric, how much did I cut on that? Let me check that out, you guys. So for one thing of fabric, and this would have been less than a yard, this was about 18.5 inches is all. And out of that, I've got 2 of those little bags that size. So, you know, just a fun way to be able to have reusable things. So, just a recap, if you were late coming on, we just cut these out and folded over this, and this one is just glued, and you can just glue it. You know, if I just leave this one alone and let it dry really good, that Fabri-Tac glue is going to hold it nicely. And for no more than putting a gift in and sitting under your tree or just handing it to somebody until they open it, it's going to be perfect. So, you know, don't stress about I don't sew, because I just showed you how you can, you know, do it and not sew. And so we made the deep hem, so as we, you know, pull it together, we can make this fun little ruffle on our bag. And so following me is going to be Lisa at Lisa's Craft House, and she's one of our hostesses in Sacred Treasure House. So Lisa is a hostess, and Deborah with Sacred Sew, and Tanya with Timeless Treasures by Tanya. So all three of them are our hostesses and plan these great events for us. And so, you know, it's a great place to watch things, you guys. I hope that you will, I hope you'll come back. And, you know, if you see anybody that you, and I never mind when people come on as their own page, because you might go and check them out and find, you know, your next favorite person to watch for crafting, right? Oh my. Okay. And so we talked about that. We talked about how you could take, you know, Christmas cards, the front of Christmas cards, and recycle those and use, you know, a bag. I showed you how you could use stockings and even make a really fast little bag out of that, just doing the ribbon, popping the ribbon on. We have some reusable tags that we have made. These are wooden, and then have like a chalkboard thing. Now these are paint pins that I used, but you know, I still have the same people in my family, right? So I can still use some of those. And then for ribbon, I would suggest that you use like a satiny ribbon or organza, or you know, and grow grain if you have to. This is 1/2 inch wide. I really like it. I bought these on Amazon because I could get 50 yards, and I use less than a yard for every you know, one of the bags. So like I said, if I used a whole yard per bag, I'd have 50 bags. So between a red and a white roll of ribbon, that's enough for over 100 bags. I'm not making 100 bags. I'm not making them to sell or anything. But you guys, this way, and then just putting that ribbon on the back like that, or you could, like I said, if you're sewing it and you want to stitch it in the side seam, that works too. Let me see if one of these has that like that. Nope. I thought I had one. I must have left it in the other room as I was looking through stuff. Because stuff like that happens, right? It's life. Hello, Harley's Hot Mess. How are you doing? Nice to see you today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we chit-chatted some. Thanks, Sissa. And I hope you got several things. And I've got another, I should pull it back into the feed on my page. Look after a while also for a thing about how to make a cute little book. It reminds you of kind of like those little lifesaver books, you know, and you can put like candies in them. I made the dimensions to where they will fit those lint truffles, and you can put those in. You can also add a gift card if you wanted to, but it's a real cute way to be able to you know, give something, and they're small. And I will put a link to that video from last year. I'll bring that on my page. I was looking for something else I wanted to show you that I had done another time, and I couldn't find it, and I ran across those little cute gift books. It looks just like a little book. They're so adorable. And I thought, oh, I haven't shown any of that this year. You're gonna hold me to putting the video up. Is that what you're talking about, Susan? I will. I'll go look for it as soon as I'm done with this. You guys, look what I did. I don't know. I got in some kind of a fight with something. Look, there's no telling what happened. We were doing something, probably all that wrangling refrigerators and everything else, and the next thing I know, I look down and oh my goodness, I'm like, that's good. And my daughter goes, well, you are getting that age. I'm like, I don't want to be that age. The tree. Oh, putting up my tree. Yes, I have to get that done, you guys. Yes. I'll take a picture when I'm done with the tree, and I'll prove it. I'll prove I did it. I'll have to have proof, right? The proof is in the picture. You know, they always say that the proof is in the pudding. I think for this, the proof is going to be in the picture. I have to do it. We don't have that much time left. Oh, somebody must have. I hope nobody gave me the mad face on purpose. I tell you, those little emojis, though, they are close together, aren't they? Okay, you guys, if you're in Sacred Treasure House, refresh your page. It's time for us to go over and see what Lisa is doing today over at Lisa's Craft House, okay? You guys, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.